just keeps happening, doesn't it? It is the second to last day of Black History Month, and we've been reading these Black History flashcards. And the one I've pulled today is Tina Ferreira, 1972 to present. This one looks familiar. Maybe I've seen it before. I don't think I read it on here. She's an Afro-Uruguayan journalist, dancer, and performer in the Carnival and theater. Since 2004, her main Carnival group has been called Serpentina, where she has been the lead vedette. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know that word. I probably should. These Uruguayan awards include the 1991 Revelation Award of the Call Contest, 93, 95, 98, 2000, 01, 07, and the Morasoli Prize. She's also a journalist for the Caras y Caretas weekly magazine, and in 2010, she went to work for Teatro Nogaro at the request of its owners, Nito Artaza and Miguel Angel Cerruti. I got to sound a little Italian at the end, but I'm doing my best. And that means it's time to start the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Magical Serialism, your daily sonic sampling of the strange wind that blows upon our luck. Insights, reflections, and a song even I have not yet heard. We're gonna shuffle these cards, draw 4 chords, make a song out of them, and act like it means something, because it does. 5 fingers, 5 shuffles. That's how I feel about it. Hey, thanks for being here. I think that's 3, 4. If I do 6, it's meant to be. Yeah, I think that was 6. Well, that means it's a special day. It's a special day. Oh, let's bring a little strings into the mix. Oh, that is just fine. That is just fine. Let's see. Oh, so much love, Equinox. It really, your attendance makes all the difference, man. Sometimes it's hard, and I'm like, man, he's just still there. Love you. Let's see what's going on. How about we draw a card? All right, we're starting with the Ninja Queen today. Now, maybe she was the instrument of the death of the angel yesterday, and maybe this is a whole new story. And then the mayor. So the Ninja Queen, A minor, walking up to the mayor. That when I teach that, because we're going from the relative minor to the relative major. And being able to find that, those are always the same distance apart. The kings and queens of the bright side of a key and the dark side of a key. They're always this distance apart. If we started the mayor and we walk down, we take these 3 little steps down, or I guess it's 2 steps down. Or we go from the Ninja Queen to the mayor. And I teach how to remember that, like we're like stepping down into hell, and I'm not religious like that, but I like the metaphors, and so they can be really useful because that's what it feels like. So whenever I see a song that goes from the relative minor up to the relative major, it feels like leaving that darkness behind and coming out into the light. So already I like this, but I might be speaking too soon. We don't know what's next. Okay, that's not so bad. The mayor's on the train. That's a little different from the easy one we had. Maybe it even sounds like we're walking out into the light and we expect this grassy field of peace, and it turns out to be a party. That's where I'm at right now. And this, you can kind of see, this is the only marked card in the deck. There are actually two of these where the printer just didn't continue at all. So I knew the angel was coming, and so it is. It doesn't matter that much because I'm not like dealing the cards or something, so I just kind of leave it. I've been meaning to print new ones of these, but this is the same one I've been using the whole time. And this is the perfect card to follow the mayor on the train because he's playing the conductor to the angel. That's classic. Like you've heard this. How about we'll do it like this? I was just going, mayor, angel, mayor, angel, mayor, angel, major, mayor. That, and you hear that at the end of a lot of classical songs, and it is what's called the perfect cadence in music theory analysis because it brings you to an ending, and it's this nice, tidy little box. So as of right now, it really feels like we're in the key of F major. We're getting our 3 chord. Our 5/7, and then our 1. The angel's the mayor today. It's a resurrection. But then we get the conductor. And now this one doesn't belong in the key of F major, the key that the angel is in, on account of its middle note, its third, is a G natural. And you can hear that sounded pretty weird immediately because we just heard this. This has taken us into a new world. Let's see what else is in that world. Okay, levitation. Now we could ride this. So this could give us a sus4, which would turn that errant G note into a C, and it wouldn't let on that we've got that B lying in wait. Or I could make this a G add 11. And I honestly don't love add 11 chords. They have their place, but I don't love them because they're hard to use. That's why. It's not you add 11 chords, it's me. I'd rather have an add 4. Like add 11 is just so you gotta have the right context. So let's leave this one sus for now. G sus. It's worth it. So our last chord here is G sus. G sus 4 sus 2. So we're getting both of our ways a chord can be sus, and that's gonna give us this, which is I think gonna be nice and inspiring when we get there. I think it's gonna work. Let's see what else. Okay, it's gonna get weird. The tow truck, that's a non-tonal bass note. That means we're going to change our lowest note, the most powerful note in the chord, from G to something that isn't in this chord, and that's G, A, C, D. So we need any note that's not G, A, C, or D, and I'm going to pick this one. It's E. Okay. That's going to play out like an E minor 7. E minor 11. E minor 11, add flat 6. Okay, so E minor flat 13, no 9. It doesn't sound as weird as that, but it. Am I getting that right? Oh yeah, you know, without a B in this chord, I know we dropped the fifth in bigger chords, but this isn't screaming flat 13 to me. Oh, you know what this is screaming? C6 add 9 over E. It feels bright and happy and easy. Let's see if there's anything else. Nope. Oh, the twins. Hey, twins. They killed the angel yesterday, so I'm doing a gag. Well, you're late to this party, and we're cleaning up the mess here. The twins get thrown away, and in fact, that fifth valid chord card ends the draw. So let's see what this sounds like. I think there's going to be some nice things going on today. I think it's going to be nice. Let's see. Oh, that'll do. If it's not, I used to say in the kitchen I ran, if you're not making a mess, you better be wearing a dress. And let's see. Okay, we got A minor, C7. I think there's good energy in this. I kept going around because I'm really trying to tease out this chord's like depth. Yeah. Yes. Oh, I love that. I still have that binder that we made back then. I keep meaning to dig it out and send you some pictures. And that's the binder of all the stuff that I used to tape to the wall, like weird drawings and stuff. And I think you get a kick out of it. I think I'd get a kick out of it. But now, this is inside baseball. Sorry, folks. Making this, like it's a clustery chord, and I always try to make chords as clear as I can, but I'm not sure if I take anything out that I normally might, it really changes the character of it. And I want it to slap harder. That's my own prejudice. After we get this whole, everything's all functional. I guess it works. I don't know what I want it to sound like, or why I want it to be different than it is. Like I said, my own prejudice. I say that with the harshest possible words, but it is really just my taste. Like, I want something else to be happening. 75 beats per minute again. And by again, I mean we're somewhere in the 70s. We've been doing that in the last few days. Let's see. Can I do that with no? That'd be a weird one. Let's stick with this. We'll make it a little darker. And how about Okay, I found it. Okay. But this rock piano is a little bit bright. We're going to do jazz piano instead. And how about something big in the strings that are also coming out of this? Maybe that'll make it a little soupy, but I don't really think so. Let's see. What if I do that? I don't know. Well, let's see what that effect does. No, that just kind of adds a fizzy sound to it. That's better. That gives it a fullness. This thing's hooked up via MIDI to the synthesizer over here, so I'm getting the piano sound from the piano, but also the string sound, and I like to balance them out. Like you can hear the piano decay off, and the strings stick around. That's how I'm doing that. And you know, when I make these, I often start like a piano player, like a solo piano player, where you want to get the full sound out of just the piano, and that leaves me with not a lot of sonic space to insert other things. So I've been working on making simpler initial moves. Like I might even, maybe I'll start this with strings alone. It's kind of soupy. I've got a trick up my sleeve. This is taking forever, but it's going to be worth it. We're going to go to these strings. Yeah. Let's do that. And how about I put them on this track? Here we go. And we're going to add a little. That does the trick. Now's the time for the piano. I think there's room for that. Let's see. I think I'm getting close with that. That's better. Just a little. Just a little. What's going on with that? Oh, I didn't start this quite on time. Let's get it. Let's get it right. That's better. It's recorded. And it's in the system. This is really a C69 over E. That's what's happening there. And I'm just gonna do 1/6 question mark. That one doesn't matter that much because this isn't in C major. Maybe it is, maybe it is. Maybe it's in A minor, you know? Like, kind of feels that way too, but here I feel home. Yeah, you know what? This does feel like we're in A minor. If we were in F major, no, you know what? I crossed that out and I was wrong, so I'm not even going to analyze it in F major. This is what it is. Like if I'm gonna, no, that's all I'll say about it. This definitely feels like home. So maybe, let's tell a story. Have a martyr. When you have a martyr. When you have a martyr, you become stronger. And people know about the big martyrs. People know about the Jesus and the other terrifying stories about saints during the not the Inquisition, the pre-Inquisition or whatever. But they were all over the place, and everyone knows those kinds of stories. But we've got the kind of martyrs you would see on dirty jobs. We've got micro martyrs being created everywhere, and I do apologize. That was a terrible joke, but I love to crack it. I love to crack it. I won't crack it on this. It's like not that funny, and I try not to have like celebrity names in this. So I almost did. I think I spelled that right too. And the micro martyrs, I think, is this last chord. Not only because it came in as Jesus first, but in part, but because typically the conductor drives the train, but today the mayor is driving the train. And the conductor is being towed around by the twins. That's that E that all of this is over. And even so, it's playing a pretty nice C chord. It's playing the role of a pretty nice C chord. And so in a way, this conductor is the mayor again. And when a working class character loses their job to someone who should be the leader, but then is also playing the role of that leader, that's how a micro-martyr, someone you know who probably lost their job recently, but let's say you know them. Let's say this is one of those what are likely many mistakes made, and this person should not have been fired. But you hear him taking it gracefully. And he knows what's out there. He's got the clairvoyance. And he's being raised up, and levitating, elevated, and seen as an inspiration, or at least the martyrdom of the working class makes every member of the working class who was unjustly removed from an important role in the federal government. They become their own little leaders. And this is how movements are really built. We like our big leaders, but most of the work of changing the hearts is done by little leaders everywhere. And every time they take a good person doing an important job and don't think too much about it and kick that person out of their role, every time they do that, they're making another hero for the rest of the working class to follow. Who's your micro-martyr? Hey, kids. Where have you seen something done wrong to someone you love well, and it changed what you believed about what's going on in the world? Take a look around. Good people are usually the first ones to go, especially in circumstances like this. Let's see what kind of action we can get on the solo front. I was recording that on accident. I need something sharper to cut through this. Made that piano brighter, and now it's like, yeah. National Park Rangers. Those are a big one. It's so ridiculous. I heard they have 3 people tending to, what was it, Yosemite? I can't remember which one right now. That's a shame. Reduce their forest management team, their parks management team, from like 20 people to 3 people. It was some story like that. No, I'm talking anecdotally, but man, you are right. You are right. Let's get a little zappy. That's fun and easy. You gotta be a little careful. It's easy to just live in the A minor jazz scale. It's easy to just live in that today. And maybe that represents living in our anger about it. It's so easy. You can do it all day. But if we dig a little deeper and we don't rely on easy tricks, we're going to emphasize the B flat in this. Maybe even dip into sort of a D minor jazz scale for a second. And that can work for this moment here. And then when we get here, there's no question about it. This is the notes of the C pentatonic major scale, which is basically the same notes as this A minor jazz scale. But those subtle differences, those little tiny little differences are what matter the most. And let's recap that. We can be angry. But anger is indulgence. We can also be careful. And when we do, we find richness that otherwise would have evaded us. Adds just some nice moments like so when you're angry, push that anger out as joy and support for the people that inspire you, for the people who need the support, for yourself, for being you, the only one of those. And let yesterday's angelicide to a joyful new righteousness. That's what this one's about for me. Nice moments rule. Thanks, Dad. I hope this sends you out into your day. It gets stuck in your head as another joy, coloring the movie of your life. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow and Saturday. Those will both be lightning rounds, piano only, super quick. And then we'll be back in business on Sunday, unless I oversleep again. We'll see. Love you guys.